Hello, Jimmy Kinley Gill Mortgage, reaching out to give you a quick update. First of all, I hope you had an awesome 4th of July weekend celebrating 250th anniversary of this amazing country that I love so much. Anyway, I'll get into the mortgage side. What's going on in the mortgage world stuff? The markets, as far as rates go, we've really chilled out. We've kind of leveled off in a spot. When we went into Iran, um, we saw a national average for mortgage rates go from the very high fives for a conventional loan up to the mid sixes range with some points on it. Um, that happened in a matter of days. The national average took a couple of weeks to move up that quickly, but it's pretty much been sitting in this wheelhouse for a while. And if you listen to my videos, you've heard me say over and over again that inflation's the arch enemy of rates, and gas prices create inflation, not just for you at the pump, but you know, when a gallon of diesel costs more than gas and truckers got to drive products across the country to sell at your grocery store or wherever, that gets built into the cost of everything. So it does impact everything and creates inflationary fears, which cause rates to go up. The good news is, as of this morning, a barrel of oil is officially the same or less at $67 a barrel than it was prior to going into Iran. And you may say, why can that be true? But yet the gas prices aren't where they were before we went to Iran. And I would love to tell you I have a real good reason for that. So I'll do my best to explain it. Um, when companies, I'm not going to name names, but companies see these things happen that cause a barrel of oil to go up quickly, they immediately adjust pricing to ensure they don't lose money. Even though they have reserves and a supply chain that's already filled out and the whole 9 yards, they immediately up the cost. And when oil comes back down, they may say things like, well, we paid for all this oil at a higher price, so we've got to sell it at a higher price. And we've got to build up our reserves, even though, they started charging the higher price when they paid less for the original oil and had the reserves that they paid less for. The reality is, I would love to tell you there's some magic reason, but the gas prices will come back down just slowly. And yes, the big companies make money on the way up and the way down. It's not a real time thing. So I think the other thing that we've been up against as far as getting rates to cruise back down is, with the Fed changeover, some of the Fed chairs have got in front of a camera and said some pretty negative stuff about, I shouldn't say Fed chairs, I'm sorry. Some of the Fed voting members have got in front of cameras saying that, inflation's real again and we're going to have to raise rates, but that's not necessarily a reality, I don't think, just yet. I think some of the naysayers may want to say that that's a must, but if oil prices stay down and slowly those gas prices come back down and everything else chills out, it may not happen at all. So hopefully we'll see the rates start to follow along suit. But, like I've said from the beginning, it is always a knee jerk reaction up when rates go up because of the way investors invest in mortgage backed securities. And it is always a slow road on the downside. The good news, we are making progress. And, those factors that got our rates down into the high fives on a conventional loan just months ago, they're starting to line back up. So hopefully over time we'll see that. And if you're a buyer right now, there's tons of houses, it seems, and not a ton of competition. So get out there and find a house you like while you can and negotiate. If you need anything from me, give me a call. I've got some unique stuff coming out soon, which I will be reaching out to you guys on, but I don't want to put it all in one video and make it too long. So if you need me, let me know. 720-261-1410. Thanks.